Alright, we're working on my next door neighbor buddy. He's got an E100 razor that hasn't been used in ages, like literally over a year. It wasn't even taking a charge. I finally got it to a point where it's taking a charge now, and it lights up on its own power, which is good, because we weren't getting that before. Problem is, when you turn it on and turn the throttle, we're not even getting a click. That's an issue, because you're supposed to get a little click that signifies that the relay in here is preventing you from doing anything because you haven't kicked it off to at least 3 miles an hour. So we take this thing apart, and we're going to need something. There's 2 little nuts that are underneath here. Actually, let's see if we can use this to catch the nut so I could turn the screw, and just so we can get this foot plate off. Let's see. I'm gonna really make a doll in here. Don't mind me. The playroom is the playroom that I'm working in here, so there's no shortage of Barbies. And what else might be down here? Actually, let's put this together just so we don't lose it. I'd love to see this thing up and running again, because we got this far. First, it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't take a charge. It wouldn't do anything. We let it sit for a while, and then now it's taking a charge. That's cool. And then you take it off the charger, and we get no power. That's not cool. So I opened it up yesterday, and I noticed that the whole fuse panel area, very good. The whole fuse panel area was super, super crazy loose. Secured it, and once I kind of jostled that around, it turns on. That's also pretty cool. I'm still kind of concerned though, because when I plug this into the charger, let's turn this off. I plug it into the charger, it stays green, as if it's already charged, and I have a hard time believing that it's charged. Because even if I kept it on for an hour or so, it should drain it to a point where when I put the charger on, it should turn red to signify that it's taking a charge. So, oops, let's get this guy. This is just the plate that holds the batteries down. Alright, now we got a little breathing room here. Screw 1, screw 2. What do we have? This is the fuse area. And this guy was totally loose. Yesterday what I did, just to create a little bit of room. It's probably a safer way of doing this, but I took one battery out a little bit. Oh, there we go. And I kind of just set it aside. And this way it has some breathing room. And if you look down in here, this is what we've got. So this is the fuse area. This is the charging port area. Here's your on-off switch. I'm guessing this is the control. There's a name for this, BCM or something like that. What do we have here? Electrical bicycle connector. Controller. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. I'm wondering if this is shot. Now I know I've got another E100 for reference that works perfectly fine. And I've seen a few things online that state that it could be a situation where these are designed that if the brake is depressed, the throttle's turned off. They said, well, it could be a situation with the brake, disconnect the brake and all that other stuff. But on my good E100, even if my throttle is depressed, I pull the throttle, I still hear a clicking noise down here from this box. And I'm not getting that here. It turns on, you turn the throttle, you get nothing. You get nothing at all. I'm wondering if I've got a dead battery, or one of these has a flat cell somewhere, if it's not being balanced correctly. I don't know. And I don't particularly like how this is like not really sitting right. And I kind of wedged this thing back in yesterday. But if you see that, it's kind of bizarre how that's like so out. And to my knowledge, this has never been taken apart before. But I could be wrong. And what I wanted to do is kind of get in here to see if the fuse was no good. But I got news for you. This guy ain't budging. Ah, come on, get in there. Let's see, is this a nut? Nah, it doesn't feel like it wants to move. And I don't like to force things. Nah. You hit the button down here and there's no resistance. I've seen a couple of people say, well, if you go in there and see, it's moving now. Yes, this whole thing was not seated correctly. And once I kind of jostled this back in, it turned on, which tells me the fuse is okay then. If this is turning on, I would imagine that means the fuse is okay. So maybe there's no point in taking this thing apart. Oh, that's really in now, where before it wasn't, but this guy doesn't feel good. Let's see something. That's on. I turn the throttle. I'm not even getting a click. So needless to say, if I pick this up and get this wheel moving, sometimes you can kind of like hang it off the side of your table and simulate this thing moving, it'll start going, which will light the motor up. But that ain't happening. This isn't doing anything. And I was really bummed out because, like I said, I got light here, which we didn't have yesterday. And we've got that now. Now, I don't know the full story, if this thing worked or not before it was put away. But my neighborhood buddy, who's really good friends with my little girls, was telling me that he had quite a few of these in his attic. I think 2 or 3, and nothing works. And I said, gee, if I can get yours to work, then you and the girls can go ride around. How hard can it be? But this thing isn't cooperating, and I'm really curious if this control module is what's at fault. I know the switch works, and I know the charging port works. I believe the charging port works, because like I said yesterday, you turned this on and off and nothing happened, which tells me these guys got juice. Is it not enough juice? Is one working, not the other? I don't have a multimeter to test. Anyone have any ideas? Let me know. I'm really curious. I would imagine when I pull the throttle, this guy should click, which tells you that it's not going at least 3 miles an hour, which is typical of an E100. It's how it's engineered. But regardless, whether I fix this thing or not, at least you see what the inside of one of these things looks like. And I guess you can treat this as a really semi-teardown video.